Hey there, welcome back to the Begin Within Health show. I'm grateful that you are here with me. I am diving in to some key summer fitness tips today. But first, would you do me a favor and give me a high five? I know if you're listening, you're like, what are you talking about? How can I give you a high five? Even if you're watching, you're probably wondering, how am I going to give you a high five, Nate? Here's how you can do it. Simply rate and review the show. Of course, follow it or subscribe, however it is that you're watching or listening, so that you don't miss an episode. And then rate and review the show, if possible, in your podcast player. That is just like giving me a big high five. And it also is a way that you can help others to find the show. Other people who might be feeling a little bit overwhelmed about health and fitness. I want to make changes. Where do I start? I don't know. And they want to find a place where it's reasonable, it's practical, and it still gets you results week in and week out. That's what we do here at the Begin Within Health show. So rate and review the show if you haven't done so already. It's a great way you could just give me a high five, and we're going to keep on rolling here. Let's dive in. We're talking about summer, and this episode is going to come out at just, I think, the perfect time. I believe this will be July 3rd when this episode is available. And that is, if not already, that is for sure the time when everyone is thinking about summer. It's officially summer as of like June 21st, right? The calendar says it's summer, school's out. It feels like summer. And summer can be really, really cool, very, very fun, but it can also be a challenge to health and fitness. But there are some great things about summer that lend themselves to helping us with health and fitness. I want to make sure you don't miss out on those. And I also want to help you to kind of plan around or prepare to work around some of the challenges that come with summer. So, in this episode, I'm going to share with you three tips, three things, or three areas to focus during the summer. And at the very end, I've got something for you I think that you're really going to enjoy. It's a kind of a gift that I want to pass on to you. I don't know if we've talked about it before here on the show, but I'm going to pass it on to you. One of the ways that you can make sure you get the most out of this summer 2025, as you're kicking it off, because I want you to enjoy it to the full. And I want you to accomplish probably the same thing you'd like to accomplish in terms of health and fitness. And that is to end the summer better, healthier than you started. Would you agree? That's what you're after? I have a feeling that it is. And I want to make sure that happens. So I'm going to share with you three areas today that you can focus on. Next week, I'm going to share three more with the same theme, the same idea of ending the summer healthier than you started it. And we're going to use three and three, six total different areas to focus on. And they're the similar six that I share in my latest book, the latest book that I wrote, and that is called simply Retire Healthy. It's available at beginwithin.fit/retire. You can get a copy right there. It's called Retire Healthy. And the goal is to help you, if you're planning on a healthy retirement, wherever you're at, midlife and beyond, whether you're retired or just thinking about it, we start thinking in terms of making sure that we are financially set up for retirement, right? That can be natural. It's good to plan for the future in terms of what we might need financially. That's great. But what about this? What about not focusing on a wealthy retirement, but how about a healthy retirement? Because it's not just about having the money that you need or that you want, right? It's about so much more. It's about actually having the health that you want in order to follow through on doing the things that you really want to do once you have that phase in life, once you achieve that place in life with retirement. So it's, I don't think ever too soon to start preparing for a healthy retirement. And that's the deal with that ebook that I wrote. It's available again, beginwithin.fit/retire. And we go through 6 different areas to make sure that you have a healthy retirement, and specifically at that phase in life. And as you approach it, what you can be doing in order to maximize those 6 areas of life. What I'm going to do in this episode and the next is talk to you about each of these areas and how you can maximize them this summer. And they're the same 6, whether you're getting older, not so old, if you're young, if you're if you're a teenager and you're listening to the show. Um, awesome. Thank you so much. But these areas are going to help you as well to be healthy, to end the summer healthier than you started. So the ones that we're going to cover today: move, sleep, and think. And I'm going to walk you through those areas and specifically how you can get the most out of your health this summer in those areas. Next time, we're going to talk about 3 more. So tune in to the next episode. Let's dive in. Move. Summer is so great for extra movement, isn't it? You got time to get outside, maybe some nice weather to get out there and then move. You could take a walk. You might find even on the weekends that the things that you have planned involve some activity, some extra physical activity, whether it be playing a sport or working in the garden. There's so many different ways to stay active. But here's something that I have seen over the years and I have heard, and I feel like we've kind of started to undo this way of thinking, but here it is, and it doesn't serve us. It's a challenge for so many. Is they think, okay, I'm going to be more active in the summer. I have these things that I want to do around the house, around the yard, whatever. I garden, I take care of my garden in the summer, or I'm busy um, doing sports with my kids out in the yard and on the weekends. And so here's what I'm going to do is cut back on my workouts for the summer. I'm going to set it aside for the summer, and then I'll get back to it in the fall when I'm not quite so physically active. You could guess what happens to those individuals. It's almost like in the fall, at the end of the summer, it's extra difficult to get back to the workout routine. It's extra challenging to get back in that mode. And just because you're more active doesn't during the summer doesn't mean that you should skip your strength training, especially if you're in the habit of strength training, resistance training, lifting some weights, getting those muscles turned on. Activities are awesome. Outdoor activities are great. Sports are great. But strength training specifically is not just about being active. It's about keeping and gaining strength, which has so many benefits. Of course, we think about the metabolic benefits. That's often why people turn to it, but there's benefits in terms of lowering stress. There's benefits that come to bone density, things like that, that you can get by keeping your strength training routine a part of your life year round. And why would we want to start over in the fall anyway, especially with strength? Use it or lose it, right? And so instead of viewing like, well, during the summer, I'm going to be more active. So instead of like dropping out the workouts, why not let that extra activity be on top of your already established routine? Because the coolest thing is once you've built in a workout routine, keep it there, keep it a part of your life. And you won't be like those that stop working out because they're doing other physical activity during the summer, or because, oh, I'm just going to be a little extra busy, so I'm going to set this aside until the fall. And then they never get back to it in the fall. You know how life goes. Don't let that happen to you. If you are in the habit of strength training, keep it going. all summer long. But don't miss the opportunities that are there this summer for you to get in some extra physical activity. Keep your strength training sessions in there, but then just do what you can to get some extra physical activity. Get out after dinner. The sun's still um, high in the sky after dinner in my neighborhood all summer long. And so it's a great opportunity to get out, take a little stroll after dinner. Oh, so good for the blood sugar, so good for the mind, just to wind down, good for the metabolism to be able to get some movement in right after you eat, just a little bit of extra physical activity. Or, of course, like I talked about, the stuff in the yard, the gardening, the things on the weekends, physical activity. Oh, so good. And if you're scheduling things, you want to plan some getaways and things like that, see what you can do to fit in some additional physical activity. You're gonna really enjoy it. And this is why we do the strength training all year round, right? So that we can really enjoy our bodies and moving and feeling good this time of year. Awesome. Awesome. So that's move this summer. We're going to go on to the second area that I want you to focus on in order to make sure that by the end of the summer, you're healthier than you were when the summer started. And that is the area of sleep. Now, the challenge can be this: longer daylight hours and maybe more excitement, different schedules, maybe friends visiting, taking trips. It could be harder to wind down at night. But that doesn't change the fact that sleep is super important. We've had experts, doctors here on the show in the past, and they have told us if there's one thing, and there's not, but if there was only one thing that you could focus on in order to improve your health, that one thing is sleep. So it is essential, absolutely essential, in order to have great recovery, in order to have just good health in general. So, what's going to help us to get good sleep during the summer? Here's one: get under the sky during the day. Get under the sky as often as you can. If you work from home, like I do, you have the opportunity to not be recording a podcast in the studio, but to actually get outside and do some work. Get that laptop open, sit outside and work outside instead of sitting inside. So good. But just as much as you can, as often as you can, even if it's just a few minutes here and there, get outside. Take a take a sunlight break. Get under the sky. It is going to help you with your sleep. It's going to help really synchronize your circadian rhythm with what's happening outside. Get out there. And if you're working in an office, you can do the same. Uh, During lunch or on breaks, just make it a priority to get out there, get under the sky, and benefit from that beautiful sunlight that is out there waiting for you. And as far as getting good sleep, again, getting under the sky is going to help you. It's absolutely going to help you fall asleep, stay asleep. Just that simple little thing. But the sleep schedule is so important. So try to stick to a consistent sleep schedule. The time you go to bed, the same. The time you wake up, the same. Try to wind down ahead of time as bedtime approaches by dimming the lights. We're not eating right before bed. Create a cool, quiet sleep environment. Make it as dark as you can. But that can be a challenge if you're like me. You might be going to sleep. If you live where I live in the northern hemisphere, you might be going to sleep while it's still light in the western sky. Still some light. That's okay. But do what you can to have a nice, healthy sleep environment and get some good sleep and wake up nice and refreshed every single day at the same time, if at all possible. Give your body the time it needs to recharge. And that's especially if you're moving more, getting more physical activity, like we just talked about. We want to make sure that we're prioritizing sleep so that you can feel energized and you're ready to tackle your next adventure this summer. So that's sleep. We talked about move, we talked about sleep, and now we're going to talk about an area I call think. And this one really is about mindset. It's about creating some awareness, some mindfulness. And summer is a great time for that as well. Such a great time to reset your mental approach just to life, to being you. And the hustle and bustle of everyday life can cause us to focus so much on the deadlines, the to do lists. But during the summer, we have a chance here and there to slow down and truly appreciate the moment. And I want to encourage you to do that this summer. Take time to be present, whether you're on a walk, whether you're at a barbecue with family and friends, or just sitting outside. Just take a deep breath and soak in the surroundings. Let yourself disconnect from the grind of life and just enjoy being in the moment. A positive mindset makes a big difference in life. And just slowing down like this can help. And of course, a positive mindset makes a big difference in health. And just doing this from time to time can help you to stay motivated, enjoy the process, enjoy the work that you're doing, the workouts that you're doing, the things that you're doing to improve your health, and also to appreciate your progress along the way. So slow down. We'll talk about this a little bit next week in the episode, but um, create some nature moments, watching the sunrise, watching the sunset, those kinds of things, just to slow down. If you're someone who benefits from journaling, summer's a great time to do that. Grab your journal, get out there on the porch, the back porch, and just sit and do some journaling. It's a great opportunity, a great time to shift gears a little bit into being more present with yourself. Maybe setting some goals. Journal about those. Journal about what you're grateful for. Uh, all great things that can help you to slow down and benefit. Now, I promised that I was going to give you a little gift at the end of the episode, and it's connected to this element of health. This, which I call think, which is just taking some time to be aware of what's going on internally and realize that that's contributing to our health, right? I think about stress, recovery, um, calm, those kinds of things, mindfulness, all included under that umbrella of think. Here's something that is a nice thing to do during the summer. And it's going to help you, especially if you're like all of us and you're prone to thinking, oh man, the summer is just rushing by. Or at the end of the summer, you're always like, oh, it's gone. It's over. What did I do? What happened? It's done. It just flew by and now it's done. And I got to go back to the grind. If you like summer flies by, here's a gift for you. Um, slow down. Slow down. You may have heard of a man by the name of Albert Einstein. I know you have. One of the things that he proved was that time is relative. And you can relate to this. Sometimes time drags on and you're just like, oh, hurry up. I can't wait to be through this. I wish time would go faster. It feels so slow. And then we're also in the other place where time is speeding and we wish we could slow it down. Well, here's a little tip. This is something that will help you to slow down time and get the most out of your summer so that it doesn't just fly by and it's over and you regret kind of missing it. And it fits right in with what we've been talking about. But what it requires is this: take some time to reflect on the moments in life or the times in life when you did want time to go faster and it felt slow. What were you doing? What were you thinking about? Here's what typically happens when we want time to go faster. It's feeling very, very slow. We are generally in a situation we don't want to be in, for starters, right? And that's why we think, oh, when is this going to end? I already have been in this situation for this amount of time. And how much time do I have left in this situation? And we might look at the clock, or we might look at the calendar, and we might say, oh, it's just dragging by. I wish it would speed up. Have you ever felt that way? And again, it's usually when we're going through a time in life we're not happy, we're not in a situation we want to be in, and we can't wait for it to be over. And we know that the end is there, but it just seems to be dragging on and on and on. That's how we slow down time. So we can do the same thing then this summer to make sure that doesn't fly by. Here's what I'm going to encourage you to do. When you take those moments to slow down, to be more mindful, think about this. Think about the great times, the great things you've already experienced so far during the summer. Just slow down and think about that. If you do this every single day, oh man, so far this summer, I've done this and I've done this and I've done this. And it's been so great. And I've seen my friends here and my family over here. And I've really, really enjoyed so much of the summer. Don't just do that though. Look ahead and think in that moment, all right, I enjoyed all of these things and I still have this and this and this and this left on the calendar that I'm looking forward to. Take time to slow down and kind of look back through the summer. What did you enjoy? And then also take that time to say, how much is left? Oh man, I still have this much left and I have these great things that I'm looking forward to. I promise you, if you do this throughout the summer will still be enjoyable, but you're going to slow it down a little bit for yourself. You really will. And it's not just going to rush by and be over and you think, oh, it went too fast. I missed it all. Don't miss it. Take some time, slow down, and put some thought into what you've enjoyed so far and what you're still looking forward to. Do this on a regular basis as often as you can, and the perspective will shift for you. Summer's going to slow down. You're going to enjoy it to the full. Really, give it a try. Don't just brush that off as a no big deal thing. If you do it, you will experience this really wonderful time of year more fully. And of course, I realize if you're listening in the Southern Hemisphere, I know there's some of you. If you're listening in the Southern Hemisphere, I'm so sorry. We talk about summer, and you are in winter. But I know there's not many of you. So you can apply these elements next summer when summer hits for you, and you can apply them to enjoying winter to the full as well. Hey, I want to thank you so much for being here with me today, for sharing some time and attention with me. It is such an honor for me to work on this podcast every single week and to know that you are enjoying it. So again, if you haven't done so already, please rate and review the show, follow and subscribe. If you're on YouTube, feel free to leave a little comment and just say hi. That means a lot to me. I appreciate it. I will talk with you again soon. And until I do, please keep taking good care of yourself.